Perfect. And I still like to see everybody, even though I'm spotlighted to you guys.
Got it.
Let's see. All right. So nice to see everybody today. Hopefully you're all feeling fantastic. And actually, I might just move the camera back just a little bit more so we get feet and face.
No feet.
No feet.
No feet.
No, what? I thought that was a foolproof plan.
You got no feet.
That's better.
That's okay. There we go. That should be better. Okay, everybody. Welcome to another wonderful class of Breathe Right. Just have a quick look around you. Make sure you have a circle of space. There's nothing to step on or trip over. We're going to use a weight today. You can use anything that you have at home. And if you want to just place it underneath your chair out of the way to start, that sounds great. Now, a quick reminder for your recovery breathing and your recovery position, we want to focus on breathing out through pursed lips. And your recovery position can be hands or forearms down on your thighs to help open up your airways. Just make sure to keep your chin up. All right, so getting into our recovery breathing, start with your hand on your belly. And we're going to breathing in, filling up just the belly. So that hand should move away from you. So breathing in and out through pursed lips. Breathe in, out through pursed lips. Breathe in, out through pursed lips. And one last time, breathe in, out through pursed lips. Do your best to maintain that breathing pattern. And we're going to start getting our arms and legs moving as we breathe. So lifting up, bending the elbow, lifting up one arm at a time. I call this the slicking your hair back. And it's a great way to start getting your shoulders warmed up. And it helps get your upper back moving slightly. So that upper back is called your thoracic spine. And when it can move, then your rib cage has a better time moving, which makes it a little bit better for breathing in and out. All right, reaching across your body.
Pooch.
He's supposed to be in his crate.
He doesn't, don't tell him he's there. He's cute.
He's being good. So reaching across your body, gang, just like you're gonna pat yourself on the back. There we go. So this gets a little bit of gentle rotation at your thoracic spine. And then we're again going to start with both hands on the belly. Pull your hands apart. Let your chest come forward as you do that. And then bring your hands back in. So I do find it helpful to breathe in as I pull my hands apart and breathe out as my hands come back in. So breathe in, pull the hands apart. Breathe out, hands come together. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Good. And the focus here is getting those shoulders to open up. So this movement is called external rotation. So the shoulder is rotating outwards. And you might feel a little bit of tightness or a stretch across the chest. I think even by doing this, you can tell this is similar to when people tell you to stand up straight, stand tall, shoulders back. This movement helps you accomplish that. And you should really think about your shoulder blades squeezing together as you open up those hands. Can everyone feel that? Perfect. All right, once more for good measure. Good, and shake out those arms. So now what we're going to do is we're going to open up one arm out to the side, bring it back in, and then lift our other arm up and down. And then we're going to alternate. Side, up, and then alternate. Side, up, and alternate. Side, up, 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 alternate. Great job, everybody. And if you can, if your arms have the stamina to keep going, I want you to start lifting up one heel at a time as you do this. Oh, I messed up my pattern. Side, up, and then alternate. Side, up, alternate. Side, up, alternate. Side, up, alternate. Good. All right. Now, gang, we're just going to get into some slight step forward one at a time. And pardon the interruption. I am going to put the puppy back in his crate. He was supposed to be in there, but sometimes I don't latch it properly. So he's going to have to go in.
Bye, puppy.
Perfect. There we go. Yeah. So I usually put him in his crate before class, and sometimes it just doesn't latch. So stepping 1 foot forward at a time. Perfect. Now, as you get into that pattern of 1 foot stepping forward at a time, let's also get our arm reaching forwards. Perfect. So opposite arm, opposite hand, or opposite arm, opposite leg. Here's your anatomy lesson for the day. Your hand attaches to your arm. There we go. Now, are we comfortable with that pattern?
Yes.
Yes, perfect. Because now we're going to change it up and make it a bit more challenging. We love that coordination. So forward, back, and that same hand and leg now go side, back, and then we switch. Forwards, back, side, back, and then switch. Forwards, back, side, back, and then switch. Forwards, back, side, back, forward, back, side, back. So your arm and leg, do both motions, and then you switch. There we go. And remember, you are in charge of your workout and your intensity. So the more purposefully and quick you do the movements, the more you're going to go out of it, get out of it. So you really have to listen to your body and determine what it is that you need. There we go. Good. And resting there. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant job, everybody. Okay, we're gonna get into a couple cardio intervals. The first one we're gonna do is we're gonna lift opposite arm and knee up high, down, and switch. The goal is for a minute. And I'm gonna give you the 30-second mark so that if you need a shorter work time and longer rest, well, you take charge of that and get that done, okay? So starting marching. Great job, everybody. Good. That's 30 seconds. Remember that halfway mark is for if you need to work for a little bit shorter of a time. Good, we are almost there, team. Doing fantastic. And a rest there. Again, focus on your recovery breathing here. Go into that recovery position if you need to. So dropping down onto your thighs. As long as your head stays up. The moment we get here, this is closing off our airways. We want to keep chin and shoulders up. And even if you're panting, breathing out through pursed lips as best you can, even if it sounds like a it's that pursed lip exhale that's going to help you recover your breathing, okay? Well done, everybody. All right, our second cardio interval is we're going to reach one arm forward at a time into a swim. So let's try to swim through, what's a nice short lake? Atlantic Ocean.
Swan Lake.
Swim across there and go.
Swan Lake. How about a creek?
I don't think I'd want to swim up a creek. That would be way harder. If we're going downstream though, I'm in. There we go. So keep swimming, team.
Just take your paddle, Jill.
Then I'll be up the creek with a paddle.
With-
Perfect.
Or without one.
Yep, keep swimming, gang. The more purposefully you do this, grab the water and pull it back, the more you'll get out of it. Here in the Okanagan, we have two big creeks or rivers that people float down. One in Enderby and one in Penticton, a big channel. We're past the 30-second mark, by the way. Sorry about that. Keep doing your breathing pattern. Remember, if you've got a sore upper body or injury, you can always just make the lower body work. That's a quick, easy fix. And rest. Well done, team. So again, get into that recovery breathing. Drop into that recovery position if you need. Good. Good work. There we go, team. Well done. So we got another interval coming up. And this one, we're gonna do 30 seconds per leg. And what it's gonna look like is our foot's gonna tap out and in. Now, I want you to be careful. The smaller the step, the quicker you could make it. And you can step further out. Just make sure it's not tugging on your lower back. Okay. And if you want to add to the challenge, let's push out your hands at the same time, either both or just one. Ready, steady, and go. So again, just focus on the tap first. Then if you want to, you can get your arms involved as well.
Same leg, Rick. Same leg.
Yeah, you can do either one arm and one leg, because remember, the more body parts that are moving, the more intense an exercise is, the more oxygen is needed. Now, in a couple seconds here, we're switching legs, switch. So tapping out, you can focus on just the leg. You can get one arm moving or both arms. Tap out and in, out and in. Great job, team. And rest. We went a little bit over. Nobody mentioned it. So recover that breathing, and we're gonna do one last cardio interval. How's everyone's breathing today? You can give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. It's okay. Yeah, a bit all over the park. Okay. So remember, the goal is to keep moving for that minute, not work as hard as you can. Okay. So just try to finish that minute and still feeling pretty good. The last one we're going to do, gang, is I'm going to get you to kick and touch. So make sure you're not leaning forward. That can tug on your back, but either kick or lift up the knee and touch across. Okay, ready and go. So we're touching across. Keep your upper body up tall as you move.
Jill, I'm looking at the picture behind you, leaning against the wall.
It's still in its bubble wrap. We haven't hung it yet. But it's got
Later for a reward, hold it up so we can see it.
Okay. I don't know how well you'll see it through the bubble wrap, and it's pretty big, but can you remind me at stretch time?
I surely will.
Okay, perfect. 'Cause that would be a good time for it. And rest there. Okay, gang, again, get into that recovery breathing out through pursed lips. There we go. So catching your breath, and some of you need a longer rest than others. Okay, so I'm going to give you a bit of a longer rest. And if you feel like you need to keep moving, either seated or standing, feel free just to keep your feet moving. And your arms, you can make circles, you can swing them. Okay, if you need to keep moving, you keep moving. If you need a longer rest, this is your chance to catch your breath. Remember, these classes are to help as many people with pulmonary issues as possible. So that means we're always going to go to a bit of a lower level to make sure it's accessible. And if you're someone who can go harder, that's up to you to keep going. And I'll do my best just to give you the tools that you can do it yourself, okay? To push yourself rather than just relying on the exercise to do it. All right, team. So have your weight ready. Oh, I moved it. Mine's down here out of the way. And we're going to slow it down a little bit and focus on our core strength, and some movement. So when you're sitting up tall, I want you, actually, this is going to be a good starting exercise, and we're only going to do one set of it. Seated or standing, I want you to start with the weight by your chest, so close to your chest. Now I want you to think about tightening your glutes and tightening your belly button. From here, slowly, slowly, start to push the weight out. Super slowly, don't let your back get sore. The further away that weight is, the more pressure it is, but see what happens. And once you reach your limit, slowly pull it back. But try to feel what's happening at your core, that you're doing such a great job of keeping still and strong. What do you guys feel when that weight moves further out and you're focused on not moving anything else?
Tightening of the core.
You feel your core tightening a little bit
Tightens.
more. That's awesome. That's good. That means your core is supporting your back as that weight moves further away. Now, that increased tightening, I want you to recreate that through each movement we do for the next couple minutes. Let's just do one more here. Make sure you're feeling excellent at this movement. And rest. So what we're going to do now, again, seated or standing. And if you are going to stand, you can go into a bit of a squat position. Now, seated, we're just going to recreate that tightening in our core and move the weight to the side. Nice and slow, and then bring it back. So the weight moves to the side, but my body doesn't turn. My shoulders can turn, but my hips and lower back stay completely still. And if you want to add to the challenge here, whatever side you're moving the weight to, you can lift up that knee. And that will increase the challenge. Good. There we go, team. Good. Lift the knee if you're doing that challenge, moving the weight to the side. We're going to do this once more per leg. And rest. Perfect. Now the next exercise, you're going to lean over your thighs. The weight is in one hand and it's hanging down. And you're just going to pull that weight up and down. Pulling it up and down. Up and down. Good. Great job, team. Think about pulling from the shoulder blade. And if you are doing this standing, should have shown this sooner, then feel free just to put your hand on the bottom of your chair, the seat of your chair, I should say. And that will increase the challenge here. Good. So up, pulling from that shoulder blade and down. Good. And switch arms. Leaning forward and pulling it up and down. Good. No matter what position you're in, make sure you're pulling the chest up. So if you're leaning forward, it's at the hips. Pull that chest up to open up your airways. Good work, everybody. And rest. Slowly come up. That's great work, team. Awesome, awesome job. Now, number 3, if you're seated, just go heel to toe. And it's actually the same thing if you're standing. Just make sure you have balance support close by, but you're going to stand heel to toe. Okay. All we're going to do is taking the weight, we're going to curl it up. So that's bending the elbow. And so once again, I'll show it while seated. So curl that weight up and down. That's it, team. Up and down. And when you're standing, that sure adds to the balance challenge, moving weight on one side. And if you're staying seated, again, this is all about keeping that core strong so we're not tilting side to side. Excellent. And last one. Perfect. Switch hands and switch which foot is forward. All right, and curl. Good. Slowly curling that weight up and down. And be up tall. Good work, everybody. It is helpful to breathe out as you lift that weight up. Good. And rest. All right. The last exercise in this sequence is a sit to stand. Now we're only going to do 5 of them. And the goal is how slowly can you stand up and sit down, and with how little movement through your torso. So we're going to hold the weight in our hands. If you're staying seated, remember, just press your feet into the ground and then relax. If you've got sore knees, bend forward and hold that to stand up. Otherwise, the goal is how smoothly can you stand up, nice and slow, with minimal movement through your torso. And down.
Slow, slow, slow.
So that's 1. Up super slow, do what you can. and down as slow as you can. That's 2. Up, down slow. 3, up, down slow. 4, last one, up, down slow, 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 guys. Nice and controlled. 10. Okay, grab a sip of water. So a little bit of a rest. How's everybody doing?
Good.
I want to come just a little bit closer so I can see thumbs up or thumbs down. Oh, I see a lot of thumbs up, guys. That's awesome. Well done, because we're going to do that again.
Oh.
Oh,
Now some people change their answers.
yes.
There we go. Well, just do the best you can. And remember, if you need to do the second set without weight, that can lower the intensity. The goal is how much movement can you do, not how intensely can you move. Okay. So do you remember the first exercise we did with the weight? After, so remember I said we were doing our pushing forward and back just the one time. What came next? There we go. So we're moving that weight to the side and then coming back and then to the other side. And that extra challenge is lifting up your knee to bring that weight across. Good. Excellent. Good. Everything's nice and slow. Maintain your breathing pattern. There we go. This is all about your core strength today, team. Super, super well done. Good. Look at that stability, everybody. Very, very well done. Now, remember, if your shoulders feel like they're coming up, let them relax. Bring the elbows down and focus on that core doing the work rather than trying to hold the weight up. And once more per side. Good. And rest there. Second exercise. There we go. So we've got the weight down. We're leaning over, actually, was our second one, and pulling that weight up and down. So you're either doing this from a seated position, or if you're standing, you can put the weight, your hand down on the seat of your chair. Now, a quick reminder from this position, have a quick check. Is your upper back rounded? And if so, pull your chest up to the sky. Good. So either that standing or seated position. Up and down. Well done, everybody. It is helpful to breathe out as you lift up. 3, 2, and 1. Switching arms. And lifting up. Good. Pull through that shoulder blade. And actually, one thing to note, I'm not seeing too much with this group, which is great, but just caution yourselves that you're not pulling through here. The weight shouldn't be curling up. You should really just think about that elbow coming back up. Okay. Otherwise, you're using different muscles. So if you notice you're kind of curling that weight up, really focus on that shoulder blade, pulling straight up and down. Good work. Excellent job, everybody. And rest. Wish I could say the same about my counting today. But that is looking fantastic. So third exercise, heel to toe, and we're going to be curling that weight. So curl that weight up and down and really keep that core tight. Everything's level. There we go. Pull that weight, curl it up. Pretend it's 100 pounds. That helps fire up your muscle and get it all involved. Great job, team. And down and switch arms. Switch which foot is forward. And same thing, curling up and down. Up and down. Good. Stay strong through that core as that weight moves. Breathing out through pursed lips. Well done, team. We're getting stronger every week. And we're only on week 2. Think of what you'll be like in December.
Yay.
Woohoo!
Very. Feels better this week than it did last week.
Good. And rest. Okay, team. Final exercise in this series. It's our sit to stands
Sit to
or,
stand.
yes, that's right, or pushing your feet into the ground if you're not comfortable standing up for any reason. All right, we're going up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, 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 up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3. And if you want a bonus one, let's give it a go. Up, 2. But on the way down now, for this bonus one, how slowly can you go down? Oh my goodness. Whew.
Oof.
I think we should get some lower chairs.
Yeah.
No,
No, no.
no.
All right, grab your sip of water. All right. Well done, team. So what we're going to do next, and this one I'm actually going to have to reset this timer. Our goal is some endurance. So what we're going to do, and then we'll get into a little bit of mobility exercises before we stretch. So I have put 5 minutes on the clock.
Ooh. Okay. Tell her.
I know. So what's going to happen is every minute, I'm going to tell you it's been a minute. You have so many options of how you want to accomplish this goal. You can alternate what body part is moving. So maybe for a minute, you want to move your arms or one arm at a time. And then for a minute, you want to move your legs. Maybe you want to work for a minute and rest for a minute and then repeat. Maybe you want to work for 2 minutes, rest for a minute, work for 2 minutes. So many variations. It is up to you and how your body feels. Decide how you want to spend those 5 minutes. And I know this is a big challenge and it's a big ask, but that's part of what I'm here to do, is to challenge you. And this is a fun thing to do every couple of weeks so that you can see the progress that you've made. All right, so again, think about your exercise. Maybe it's stepping or marching. We're going to start in 3, 2, and go. Maybe instead of lifting up your knee, you're just lifting up your heel. I didn't say you have to move fast. The goal is just how much accumulated movement can you do in this 5-minute time window. Okay.
Yeah.
Maintain your breathing pattern. There we go. Now we're going to have to make this interesting. 5 minutes can go by either super slowly or super quickly. And that's just based on how entertaining I can be. So we are hooped. This is going to be the most boring 5 minutes of your entire class. Now that's 1 minute right there. So maybe we want to switch up the movement. maybe you want to maintain what you're doing. Maybe you need to work just the arms or just the legs. So again, whatever you can do to keep moving or taking that minute rest. All right, so it was up to you. And maintain your breathing pattern. Super, super important here. Now with live classes, if we were to do an endurance challenge like this, I might do something like toss a ball around.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, that's another minute there, guys. So we're 2 minutes in. So maybe we want to throw a pretend ball. Maybe we need to play. I know lots of games. I also work with kids pretty often. So I'm a never-ending supply. We could play the alphabet game while we march or move. I know what some of you are thinking. You're going, what is the alphabet game?
Okay, I'll ask, what is the alphabet game?
Well, you pick a category. And let's say the category is animals. Well, one at a time, you would go through the alphabet and have to say an animal.
Oh, okay.
So if Barry was first, you'd have to say an animal starting with the letter A. And then if Ivy was next, you'd have to say an animal with the letter B.
Baboon.
And you go all the way through the alphabet. And boy, let me tell you, it gets hard. By the way, that's 3 minutes. And then if someone takes more than 3 seconds to think of a name, or they can't think of one at all, or they get the wrong letter, then depending on who it's with, they're either out.
Oh, they get to rest then.
Or they have to do burpees.
Oh, yeah.
Great job, gang. We're coming close to the end.
Yeah,
Whatever movement it was you needed to do. Yep.
I think it was half hour ago.
Hey, we started class about 48 minutes ago. So you've done really well. That's another minute. We are down to our final minute. And in this final minute, I want you to think about how awesome you are. You got yourself here today. You bolstered up the motivation. You got on your computer or iPad, whatever it is you're using. You got onto Zoom. And you have made it so far through almost 50 minutes of me. That's a big ask. That's a lot to deal with. And now you've got 20 seconds left of this super fun endurance challenge.
Well, just loving it.
Too much fun.
You're doing just what you can. 10 seconds.
Sure is hot today.
Oh my goodness, is it ever? And 5 minutes.
Yay!
You did it. Well done, everybody. So much fun. Remember that recovery position. Remember your recovery breathing. Let's grab a sip of water.
Just think by December, we'll be able to shovel snow.
Hope not.
Well, here in the Kootenays, we start earlier.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go. That makes sense. Great job, everybody. Now, was that better or worse than what you thought it was going to be?
You know, it's okay.
Yeah.
It was good.
Or for you realists, about the same? You guys did awesome. Super, super well done. So what we're going to do as a little bit of a, well, I won't call it a reward, but as a follow-up to such a hard challenge, we're going to do a couple mobility exercises, which is a bit different than stretching because there's more movement involved. But it should get you feeling really good. Okay, so make sure you're at the edge of your seat. And what we're going to do first is I just want you to get down into that recovery position. Now take your right arm, and you can either go just by the elbow or you can reach up. And then you're going to come back down. And we're going to do 5 slow on one side and then switch sides. Okay, so it's up, either lifting the arm or just the elbow, and down. So that's 2. Up. It's 3. Up. And think about gently pushing your other arm into your thigh. And you'll feel how that kind of opens up your back a little bit better. Last one, reach. And down, good. Other side. Reach. And down. Reach. And down. Reach. And down. Good. Awesome. Awesome, awesome team. So the next one, I'm actually going to turn sideways for this. But once again, get into that recovery position, either from your hands or from your elbows, whatever feels better for you. And we're just going to breathe in and round the upper back. And then we're going to breathe out and gently arch. So breathe in and round. Breathe out and arch. Breathe in and round. Breathe out and arch.
That sure feels good on the back.
Yes, and it should. Good. I'm glad. So this is a good one to practice, guys. Again, I'll repeat from earlier. When you get your upper back, your thoracic spine to move well, it helps you breathe in and out because your ribs attach to your thoracic spine. So thoracic spine mobility helps with rib mobility, which helps with breathing. There's a pulmonary math equation for you. And the one we did before too, with that bit of rotation, that also works on your thoracic spine. Okay, and rest there.
Does it help when you get older, when you start hunching over? Like, you know?
So that's a great question. All that movement does help with that.
Good.
It does. And when you get into that hunched position, either from if you're doing a project or you're watching a movie or anything, or some of us just are a bit more predisposed to that kind of a posture than others, that hunched in, it collapses in your rib cage a little bit, and it does make it harder to breathe. And rather than trying to compensate by going, oh, pull the shoulders back, that's usually too much. All I want you to think about is a string attached to your chest that's gently pulling your chest forward.
Okay.
So you can test it out. Everyone go into a little bit of a slouch. And take a deep breath in. Now get that string to gently pull your chest forward and take a breath in. In which position gets more air?
Yeah, this Sitting is.
Mm-hmm.
upright.
The sitting upright. And do you feel the difference in the two breaths?
Mhm.
Yes.
Significant.
Definitely.
Good. And honestly, for some people, their bodies are so used to more of that rounded position that they can't, even if they try to open up, it's still a bit too rounded to feel a big difference. And that's okay. Just understand that it's still important to work on those movements to get it moving. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Anytime. That's what I'm here for. So let's stretch one arm down, reach the other up. So actively press your hands away from each other. And slowly switch arms. And Ivy, just be careful of this with your still healing ribs.
Right.
So just be gentle with it. It's okay if you feel a slight pull, but no pain, and it shouldn't feel like a big stretch.
Right about there.
There you go. And that goes for all of you. A stretch, you only want to go to where you feel a little bit of a pull, a little bit of a stretch. You shouldn't be going, ooh, that's a big stretch. That's probably too aggressive, and it's not going to change your body's flexibility because your body's just going, ooh, I don't like that. Okay. So stretching should not be strenuous. And rest there. Let's stick a leg out in front of us, bend at the hips. Are you leaving, Connie? Or are you just
Yeah.
shaking out?
Just
Okay.
shaking out.
Perfect. I thought maybe you were waving, so I just wanted to catch you. Well done, everybody.
Bye.
Good. So maintain your breathing pattern. Reach towards those toes. So remember, stretching time is a great time to ask questions. I really think that having a time to chat amongst each other and get good discussion going is really good for all of us. And stretching is a great time to do that.
Couldn't agree more.
Brilliant.
What was that picture we were gonna look at?
Oh, there we
Didn't wanna-
go. Switch legs, everybody. And I'll show you the picture. For those of you that like superheroes, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it through the bubble wrap, but
Oh,
Wow.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, very
Yes.
good. Yeah.
so you know that old paint picture of the construction workers
Yes.
Yep, yep.
Up on the
So
beam, on the
it's-
high beam.
on the high beam. It's a play on that, but you've got Spider-Man and Captain America, and
Superman,
that's right.
The Hulk.
Batman,
right.
Robin.
So
When
it's
it
a
was
mix.
behind- When it was behind the table, it looked like trees.
That's
Yes.
exactly
what it
Yes,
looked like.
yeah.
There we go. So you can still tell I'm still moving in slightly. But all the boxes unpacked, but not all the paintings and pictures up yet.
Takes time.
Next time. Well, not by Thursday, maybe by next week. All right,
I'll
team,
miss-
let's pull up an elbow. You're gonna miss it next week?
next week. I'm going up to 70 Mile House.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, and then winding up in Kelowna and staying at a B&B, and thought we'd take in a couple of wineries.
That's a
Perfect.
great idea. So you're gonna be in my town.
Are you around Kelowna?
I sure am.
Aha.
That's awesome, Ivy.
It's my reward for, having had this rib thing.
There you go. Yeah, you need to balance it out with something really good.
That's right. It's a carrot on the stick.
Good. Switch arms. Well, I don't know when this one painting is coming in. But my boyfriend's mom is an artist. And she asked if she could paint something for our new place. And it's going to be a Viking ship of some kind.
Wow.
So I'm very interested to see that.
Yeah.
Does she
Viking or
water-
pirate. I'm not sure actually.
Does she use watercolor or pastel?
I think she's going to use watercolor. But I don't know when it'll be done by, so. Rest there, everybody. So bring a leg underneath your seat, or you can turn sideways and just drop that outside leg back. There we go. How's everybody feeling?
Tired.
There we go.
I don't see your sleigh anymore.
No, I moved.
Oh, you had to leave it?
It wasn't mine. It was
Oh,
my
I-
roommates. I
Oh.
was living with a couple roommates, and all the decor in the old place all belonged to my one roommate, who's
Oh,
also
okay.
the landlord.
Okay.
Yeah, switch. So I would often tell people that the only things in the room that were mine were the board games and the fitness equipment.
Okay.
Yeah.
All the fancy adult looking things weren't mine.
Okay.
Are you enjoying your new home?
Oh, I sure am.
Good for you. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's wonderful.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. But boy, is it tough with a puppy.
Yeah.
How's the puppy enjoying the new digs?
Oh, loves it. We moved in right when we got him.
Ah,
So we got him a little bit, we moved in later than we had planned. Just, there's always setbacks in a renovation. And we learned that some trades, some are really good and some aren't.
True.
welcome to
Oh.
reality, eh?
That's
Okay.
right. You're leaving, Carol? Oh, she left. All right. I guess I am running a bit over time. So let's just do 2 counted breaths, 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out or more. So breathing in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, breathe in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. Shake it out. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, you
Jill.
are so welcome, everybody.
Thank
Thank you
Joe.
so much for joining me
Joe.
today.
Thank you.
Thank you for today.
Thank you.
Thank you so